wakey, everyone, and it's another fabulous day in Wellington Wells. I've looked at the weather report for you, and apparently it's going to be variable. Isn't that a surprise? Well, be sure to bring an umbrella or two as you go out on your daily rounds, and you'll be right as rain. Right as rain. Ha! I didn't even mean it like that. Well, wakey, wakey, everyone. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning, dear friends. Good morning to you. Well, if you're in bed, you know what to do. Hop out, yawn, stretch, and get the tea ready. And while the kettle's on, be sure to take your morning joy if you haven't already. We wouldn't be British without our tea, and we wouldn't be wellies without our joy, would we? And as you're sipping your tea, be sure to smile at just how lucky we are to be in Wellington Wells, where there are always rainbows after the rain, and the bobbies always smile, and no one ever feels hungry or sad. It's good to smile as early as possible in the morning. That way, you know you've had enough joy. Well, what's going on in the village of Hamlin? Ah, this is interesting. At 10 o'clock, Mr. Hewitt for the Dalrymple will be giving hopscotch lessons right out in front of Mr. Chippy Park. Now, if you don't know how to hopscotch or need to brush up on the rules, be sure to attend Mr. Dalrymple's lessons. Yeah. And I see here that the Church of St. Genesius is continuing its tradition of Simon Says competitions with celebrity callers. Oh, yes. And today, the celebrity caller is going to be Dr. Faraday. You're calling again, yeah. Well, that doesn't seem quite right, and, nope, I believe I made a mistake. I've confused myself. The celebrity caller will be Marjorie Flowerdew, and if you win the competition, Mrs. Flowerdew promises to come take a look at your flower garden, if you have one. And if you don't, she'll let you clip a few buds from hers. Well, that certainly seems worth playing for, doesn't it? So, come on, get up, get dressed, and get out there. Don't let the day slip away or you'll feel like a downer. And we can't have downers, right? Smashing! And now, the catchy new song from our favourite new band. And it's another fabulous day in Wellington Wells. The sun is up, and the weather is overcast and only slightly rainy, with occasional patches of lovely sunshine. Wakey, wakey, everyone. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning, dear friends. Good morning to you. Well, I hope you all had a lovely night's sleep with lovely dreams. It's shaping up to be a wonderful morning, and I think I can promise you that it's just going to get better all through the day. We all forget things from time to time, so don't forget the most important thing. Is it your tea? Is it your muesli? Is it bacon and eggs? Is it toast? Did you forget to butter your toast? No, don't be silly. It's your daily joy. Never forget to take your joy, and I guarantee your day will go swimmingly. So, let's take a look at today's schedule. What's going on in the village of Hamlin? Well, chatting and greeting and smiling and laughing, of course, and breakfast, lunch and dinner, and work. But at 3, I hope you'll all take a quick break for our daily recreational activity. Today we will all gather round the telly for a rousing round of Simon Says. Well, I won't be gathering round the telly. I'll be in the telly. Just like every day, I'll be playing it with you. And then there'll be cake and prizes for all winners, and everyone's a winner, and everyone will be there. So don't miss it, or you're a rotten egg. But seriously, unless you have an awfully good reason, such as 2 broken legs, do be a sport at 3 o'clock, won't you? We love your company. And now, the hot new song from our favourite band. See you soon. And it's another fabulous day in Wellington Wells. The weather is a bit wet, but that's the lovely thing about English weather. The sun always comes out in the end. So come on out, or you'll miss it. Wakey, wakey, everyone. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning, dear friends. Good morning to you. I do hope you had a lovely night's sleep and left all the troubles of the day in dreamland. That is, if you have any troubles. Remember what was bothering you yesterday? I certainly hope not. Well, today is going to be even better. Now, we all forget things from time to time. So don't forget the most important thing. Did you leave the stove on? Did you remember to shave? Did you wash your hands? Did you brush your teeth? I hope you did all these things, but they're not the most important thing. And that is, as we all know, did you take your joy today? Never forget to take your joy, and I guarantee your day will go as smooth as velvet. So, let's take a look at today's schedule. What's going on in the village of Hamlin? Well, selling and buying, of course, and wandering hither and thither, and marketing and talking about the weather, and smiling and laughing, of course. I insist on it. But at 3, I hope you'll all take a quick break for our daily recreational activity. Today we'll once again all gather round the telly for a rousing round of Simon Says. Oh, I wish I could join you, good people. Actually, I will join you. I'll be doing it from this chair. I'll be calling the tune, if you will, just like every day. I'll be your Simon, except when I'm not. And don't forget, there'll be cake and prizes for all winners, and everyone's a winner, and everyone will be there. So don't miss it, or the villagers will break your legs. And then where will you be when Simon says, jump like a frog? Well, you'll be writhing on the ground, won't you? But seriously, unless you have an awfully good reason, such as being recently deceased, do be a sport at 3 o'clock, won't you? We love your company. And now, the brilliant new song from our favourite new band. See you soon. And it's another brilliant day in Wellington Wells. The weather is a little rainy, but I think I can assure you that it's going to dry up to merely a bit overcast. That's the wonderful thing about English weather. You always know you're going to get a little bit of rain, but it's never going to be too cold or too hot. Well, it's not time to hibernate, and you're not a bear, so come on out. Or if you are a bear, then I'm very impressed that you know how to turn on a television set. Wakey, wakey, everyone. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning, dear friends. Good morning to you. Well, I was up all night fretting. I'm joking. I had a fantastic night's sleep. Actually, I can't remember a single thing about last night. And that's how I like it. How about you? If you're taking your joy, then you shouldn't have any trouble sleeping. And if you missed some, well, what on earth are you waiting for? Get back on your dose. And I think I can promise you your day will go as sweet as a summer breeze. Well, what's going on today in the village of Hamlin? The circus is coming to town! Ha ha! No, I'm sorry, I fooled you. It's just going to be a regular, wonderful, ordinary, spectacular day. But of course, we'll interrupt the day because, well, we love to do that, with our daily recreational activity. What are we going to do for fun today? Well, how about Simon Says? I love Simon Says, don't you? It's been too long since we've played it, hasn't it? Now, I'm a bit vague about the details. No, really. So I think we ought to play it today, just to be sure. Well, you can never be too careful. So at 3, gather in front of the telly for a rousing round of Simon Says. No, wait, I didn't say Simon Says gather. No, stop. We're not playing it yet, so you're all right. And don't forget, there will be cake and prizes for all winners, and everyone's a winner, and everyone will be there. So don't miss it, or you'll stick out like a downer. We can't have downers, right? Brilliant. And now, the catchy new song from our favourite new band. Ah, hello. Welcome to today's edition of That Tastes Amazing. What is it? This is the show where we help you expand your nutritional horizons. You can eat a lot more things than you've ever dreamt of. Did you know you can eat lichens? Now I'm going to show you 3 kinds of lichens that you can fill up on. This is Palmoptera perlatum, your basic grey-green lichen. For some reason, it's also called black stoneflower. In India, it's called kalpasi. It grows on rocks and even stone houses all over Hamlin. Imagine being able to scrape a salad off the side of your own house. Wouldn't that make your life so much easier and cleverer? This is called reindeer lichen, or Cladonia rangiferina. As you might have guessed, it's a very important food for reindeer, yes. However, we don't have any reindeer here in England, and we haven't had any since the last ice age, so I think they won't mind if you eat it. The best way to eat it is by drying it and then crushing it, then soaking it in hot water until it becomes soft. You can fry it up if you've got any grease or lard, in which case, lucky you. It's a bit acid, so it may give you a bit of a tummy ache, but that's miles better than starving, isn't it? And you can, if you can manage to use it as a green in a victory meat sandwich, then, well, I think you'll be as right as rain. Our friend Cladonia has all sorts of medicinal values for keeping you regular to a mild antiseptic quality. You can even use it to flavour your aquavit if you've got any left. Here's another lichen that people like to call moss. It's called Iceland moss, and guess where it's really common? Yes, Hamlin, that's where. What did you think I was going to say? Now, I've had some of this, and let me tell you, it is scrumptious. Well, all right. Perhaps it's not quite scrumptious, but it's quite filling if you're hungry. In fact, I quite like it. Oh dear, I'm afraid we've come to the end of our time, and I hope you've enjoyed this edition of That Tastes Amazing. What is it? Tune in next time when we talk about rat meat. Now, everyone knows about the legs, but did you know you can turn the eyes, feet and tail into a perfectly good soup stock? Seriously, don't be afraid to experiment with new foods. It's part of the adventure of living in these times. It's Jack Worthing telling you to keep that larder full and save the canned foods for a rainy day. I'll see you soon. And now, it's time for our daily recreational activity, the show where you're the star. Come on, everyone. It's time for everyone to get out of the street and find a telly to watch. This game is so much more fun with all of your friends and fellow citizens. Today is a very special episode of our favourite Simon Says. Have you ever wondered if you're ready in case the Germans ever came back? Would you know how to defend yourself against the marauding Bosch? Are you ready? All right. Now let's play Simon Says. Ha ha! I didn't say Simon Says. You all know the rules, don't you? I'm going to tell you to do something, but if I don't say Simon Says, you don't do it. If I do say Simon Says, yes, you do it. All right. Is everybody ready? You there.